Well, good morning, YouTubers. Handsome Jack here. Uh, Wednesday morning. Got my coffee, got a cigarette. The weather's beautiful. It's about 66 out. It gets down to around 60 at night. And just gorgeous here in South Carolina. Anyway, I thought I would just ramble on a little bit this morning. I watched a video last night from Cindy and Booty where we stayed here a week or so ago. I guess we left them something to think about. Because that's what their video was about, what they wanted to do and what their long-term goals were. And I guess we gave them some food for thought. But I just don't want them rushing into anything because of something we said, so they'll work it out, I'm sure. Anyway, a mistake we made coming down, which I thought I'd talk a little bit about this morning, is the fact that I think we overextended ourselves a little bit. Exciting getting on the road, and you want to meet everybody you can. Well, that's where the problem lies. It's a good problem, don't get me wrong, but there's so many people we want to see on the way down through and not enough time, and we're still trying to work them in. We've got phone calls out right now waiting for answers back to see when we can see certain people. But it is exciting being on the road. But then again, allow yourself some time to relax too. And I think that's the problem now is we committed to 3 or 4 different people. And we're having a hard time fitting everything in. So what's happening is getting to the point where it's getting stressful because we want to be here by a certain time. We would love to stop and see these people. We want to stop and see these people. We've already told them we would, and we're not going to disappoint anybody. But it turns a good situation into a bad one because now getting a little stressed out if we're going to be able to not disappoint anybody. And somehow we're going to see as many people as we can, but we don't want to get to the point where we can't move because we have to be here, we have to be there. The whole idea behind this life is you take your time, you take it easy, you relax. And between last night and this morning, all we thought about was how are we going to get everything done, and we think we've got a plan worked out. And another thing you want to remember is when you tell somebody, one of the people, give us a phone call, when you're headed this way and we'll have everything ready. But what happens if for some reason you don't get a phone call back? You don't know whether to go or whether not to go. Because somebody might not be there if you didn't get an answer back from your phone call. That's what we're waiting on now is a phone call to determine what we're going to do. But hopefully we get the call today. Like I said, we don't want to miss anybody. But at the same time, we don't want to stress ourselves either. So when we stopped at Cindy and Booty's, it was only supposed to be a 1-day thing, turned into 3.5 really. And we thought we had plenty of time. And we'd have stayed there a while longer if we'd have had more time. But that's what I'm saying. Don't get yourself in so deep telling this person and that person you will stop and visit unless you're sure you have enough time. But we have a commitment in Florida on the 1st. Well, that's what our site opens up down there. And at the same time, my daughter is flying down, so we have to be there. And that's why I said, now we're trying to get everything crammed into this week and a half or 2 weeks that we have left. And time is getting short, and we don't want to cut ourselves short. and we don't want to have to drive 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day to get there. We want to be able to, even from South Carolina, it's not that far, maybe 10 hours to where we're going, but I don't want to have to drive that 10 hours all in one shot. I'd like to drive it in 3 just so we get a chance to relax too on the way down. So that's something you might think about. Try not to overextend yourself. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say this morning, but I just thought, that's part of RV living, and it seems like everything is not wine and roses. I've got a gas filter to change on this thing, which I have to get done. But you got to account for the little things that you don't count on. Staying overnight more in one place more than you thought you would. Gas filter, tire blowing. Things are going to happen, and you don't want to rush into it. You just want to take your time and just methodically work at it. You'll get where you want to go. You get to see the people you want to see, I hope. And that's about all I got to say for this morning. So, this is Handsome Jack of Have Gas Will Travel. Have fun and do not rush. Take it easy. Bye for now.